Civilization is collapsing all around us.
Because of the war?
No. The war is not the cause, merely a symptom. Would it ever occur to you to enter a stranger's home and slaughter all who live there and seize the house as your own?
Of course not.
Why?
It would be wrong.
Your heart tells you this. But yet when governments decide to invade the stranger's home and commit murder, millions of men as moral and ethical as you flock to the task, even at the cost of their own lives. Why?
It's not the same thing.
That's something you've been taught to believe. Society doesn't want thinking men who arrive at their own convictions. It wants servants who do as they are told. People prefer society to do their thinking for them. It's easier. It takes away the need to make moral choices. It leaves nothing but the simple obligation to obey. Just imagine this world if no person could rely on a country to justify his actions. Just imagine if every man had to give a personal account for all he did. The hope for a human future lies not in nations, or governments, or religions. Not even in the stars themselves. It lies only in the human heart.
The chief inquires of the war in Europe. He asks if many men have been killed.
Baleki misatu?
More than 3?
Yes, more than 3.
Baleki misatu.
Bakoki kozala lokola zomi?
As many as 10?
Yes, as many as 10.
Ya solo baleki zomi.
Utamutu atuni ndengenini. Pichumba oya ikomi makashi boye. Mpo na nini bakokanzi ya kukoka. Nabino bakukaketi kosongane iboso. Ikoyo ndengekani bakukokoka bakwite bawiji.
He says, such a costly war. Why don't your chiefs meet for a palaver? How can your tribes afford to pay for so many dead men?
What does he mean, pay?
Here, when 2 tribes go to war, it is a rule that each side pays the other compensation for the men that are killed.
Compensation?
Chickens, goats, pigs.
They place a currency value on human life? That's barbaric.
At least they place some value on it, which is more than I can say for my fellow Europeans. If you wish to compare barbarities. My father writes often of the war. Most recently, he tells of a French effort to capture a German position in the Lingenkopf, which is a mountain nearby. French sent wave after wave of men up the slopes. The slaughter went on for hours. By the time the French generals called off the offensive, they had lost 30,000 men. So these people can't comprehend 10 men killed. So how do I explain 30,000 French boys lying in heaps on the slopes of the Lingenkopf? The result of a morning's battle? Or the 7 or 8 million killed in the war so far?
Kobuma, batodix bandele, balingi mingi.
What did he say?
He says the Europeans must be very rich to kill 10 men in a battle.
It was on this very river, on a trip such as this, that my thoughts drifted into a contemplation so deep that I sank into my own heart and mind. And in that harmony of thought, there leapt unbidden to my mind a phrase: reverence for life. Everything I am or I ever shall be stems from it and leads back to it.
But what does it mean?
You value your life? You want to continue to live?
Of course.
That's the most fundamental trait of awareness one you share in common with all living creatures. The desire for further life. The thinking man looks into his heart and he recognizes this truth. I'm life which wills to live. In the midst of life, which wills to live. Look around you, soldier. Life is everywhere. It creeps, it flies, it writes symphonies, it builds cathedrals, but most of all, it wills to live and go on living. The thinking man gives every life the same reverence that he gives his own.
But sometimes taking life is inevitable. To eat, I have to hunt. To survive a leopard's attack, I have to shoot it.
If you want guidelines, you've come to the wrong place. Reverence is a state of mind, not a set of rules. All it requires is everything be done in deep awareness. Good is whatever promotes life. Evil is whatever destroys it. From there, you make your own decisions.